Mr. Poilievre is passionate about our country. He's passionate about the people.
The turnouts that have been happening, the polls, I don't believe.
I thought I'd see a crowd, but nothing like this.
Let's go! Canada first for a change. Let's bring it home.
That's why we're all here, showing our support and definitely want to bring it home.
You can't trust anything he says right now, and that's why I'm not voting for him.
What do you guys think of Mark Carney?
Guy lives in the States. He wants to sell Canada out.
Honestly, if this stays red, I don't know if I can stay here any longer.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini here in Oshawa, Ontario at Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's Canada First rally. And the crowd, it's astronomical. It's lined up all the way down around the other side of this building, all the way down around the other side of this fence. The cars are lined up out to the road on Taunton. You can see that there is a group of, or maybe two groups of counter-protesters that have already showed up. The polls would have you believe that Liberal leader Mark Carney is in the lead, but if these rallies are any indication, it is going to be a landslide for the Conservative Party of Canada. A lot of elections, there's always high stakes, but many Canadians think that the stakes are exponentially higher this time around. We have a snap election. We're heading to the polls on April 28th under Mark Carney, who was voted in by really a small group of Liberal faithful. He does not have a seat in the House of Commons, and he has never been elected by a constituency. This has Canadians outraged about democracy rule. And we have unfettered, unabated foreign interference issue in this country with Mark Carney directly tied to Beijing, the Communist Party of China, big banks. We're going to wade into the crowd to see some of the top election issues on the attendees here, what they care about the most, and if they think that the country will be any better under Carney versus Poilievre. Let's check it out. What are some of your top election issues as we head into this snap election?
Well, definitely the housing crisis that we have. We want to get immigration to control the levels like it was under the Harper cabinet.
Definitely immigration. Gotta, ease up on that.
It's basically bringing back Canadian identity. Definitely everything to do with jobs, growth, immigration.
My top election issue is Carney being placed as PM.
The economy, of course, that would be number one. Immigration, another one.
Housing, cost of living, just all that jazz.
What about you? Top election issues?
Cost of living, freedom.
Affordable housing and getting China outside of Canada.
I've been working as a registered nurse for nearly 8 years now.
And you still can't get ahead.
Still can't get ahead.
Wow.
We want to bring it back. We want Pierre to take it and bring us back to where we should be.
Pierre Poilievre's awesome, and I think that he should win, and I hope he does. And all these people around here, just to see this is terrific.
Hey, what do you guys think of our billboard truck?
I like it.
Yeah, thanks. What do you guys think of the billboard truck?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
In a good way.
Love it, love it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys go around sharing the truth.
Yep.
I think it's totally right.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Love it.
Love it.
It's great.
Hey,
And they should go find a different parking spot.
Yeah.
you think so?
He gave 1.2 to Jared Kushner.
Yes. Trump endorsed him. What do you think of the billboard?
Yo, is this the Rebel?
Yeah, it
Yo.
is. In the flesh.
Is that right?
Hello,
Yeah, awesome.
hello.
That's fantastic.
What do you guys think of Mark Carney?
Carnival Carney.
Yeah, Carnage Carney. So are we electing a prime minister or a World Economic Forum puppet?
He's a character.
I think he's going to represent the interests of the elites.
You can't trust a billionaire.
We don't like Mark Carney.
We hope his career as a prime minister is really short.
Useless.
He's a snake. I think it'll be worse than Trudeau.
Definitely.
Much worse.
Do you think that Carney should face more accountability for his initial backing of that candidate?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that, he pretty much pardoned him and is not taking accountability for it now. Why would we want someone like that as our leader? That just is very concerning to me.
He should have had the balls to tell him to fire him, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because he's beholden to China, and he's beholden to the Chinese community here in Canada.
The fact that Mark Carney didn't want to get rid of him just shows that he is connected to Beijing.
He brought down the UK with his net zero policies, and honestly, what he just did with China, I watched it off of you guys' video.
Yeah.
My goodness. Tell me about corruption.
He supported him, so that tells you everything you need to know.
The fact that they're saying there's no foreign interference is absolute BS.
Why do you think he's hanging out with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficker?
Well, that's exactly correct. He hangs out with the elites, and that's the policies that he's trumpeting at that point, right? So
That's interesting too.
You see everything that he's doing and all the people, like the Epstein Island and everything, and whether he was there when bad stuff was happening on the island, you don't know, but you still can't trust the guy.
Do you think that Mark Carney will work for Canadians or represent the World Economic Forum?
I don't know. That's why we're here.
Guy's a weft puppet, man. He's only going to try and ruin Canada. Get this guy out.
How much will his net zero agenda cost you?
Everything.
Oh my gosh, more than, yeah, everything.
it's not a net zero agenda. It's a secret agenda to increase carbon tax down the road.
The media is funded by the Liberal government because they spread their narrative and people don't hear the truth. That's the problem.
Rebel News tells the truth, whereas obviously the legacy media, we know that they don't. And the fact that Carney would excuse Chang's behavior is just, that's unacceptable.
I think there need to be more choices. There's not enough in this world. There's not enough in this country. We need to find someone who's going to fight for us, who's going to really try and make sure that we succeed as a country and as people as a whole. I'm sick and tired of this.
Do you think that's Mark Carney or Pierre Poilievre?
Can't say I have an opinion on that one.
If you want to put Canada first, there's no question about it. It's the conservative movement. That's the real Canada. That's the Canada that had an identity. That's the Canada that's looking out for people. That's the Canada of the future.
It's not Donald Trump that's the problem. The States is brought up a lot. It's not. This election is in Canada, and the problem is what's happened over the past 10 years.
What would Canada look like under Carney versus Poilievre?
We don't even want to.
But I feel that he's sincere. When I hear him speak, he doesn't fumble his words at all. He knows exactly what he wants and what he's going for.
Poilievre, you mean?
Poilievre, yeah. And I just hope Canada wakes up.
If he works for us, we're in trouble.
More of the same, if not worse. Housing's just going to get worse. Inflation's just going to get worse.
We'll be the greenest country in the G20, but we'll all be living in tents.
Carney is a visitor with a Canadian passport.
He's going to slowly make the middle class disappear, and he'll make everyone poor until we all have to just beg for handouts.
The question we keep asking ourselves is, do we move?
No disrespect to anyone. I understand everyone has a job to do. I think it is a time for change. As a Canadian born and raised, that's just how I feel.
The Union faithful are here, full force, calling out people for bringing their children to a rally where children aren't welcome at these kinds of events that they put on. So they can't handle that.
Who's ready to bring change to Canada? This new law will require that government make the same trade-offs that you do, choosing between this or that, or finding a bargain on this and that. And in that way, we will drive down the cost of government to stop the inflationary debt. And you know what? You've been pinching your pennies long enough. It's time for the government to start pinching its pennies too. For any of the political historians out there, when was the last time we had a rally of this size anywhere in Canada? Look it up. Look it up. I asked the media. The media should have a look. The media should have a look. When was the last time there was a rally of this size anywhere in Canada? The answer is, while the Liberal lobbyists and insiders say that Canadians are stuck with a fourth Liberal term, we know, and this crowd sends the message, that Canadians are ready to put their country first and bring real change to Canada.
You don't hear many people say they're proud to be from Oshawa, but today I'm actually proud to be from Oshawa because we turned out. Bring it home, baby.
Well, I love the fact that he called out Carney for what he is.
I'm not
traditionally a Conservative. I'm traditionally an NDP supporter.
Wow.
So, but I'm looking.
It was definitely a sign of hope for me.
Have you ever seen anything like that in terms of the turnout?
Oh, no, of course not. Actually, I did see it years ago in '67, the first year I voted for Pierre Trudeau.
Well, that's a wrap at the Pierre Poilievre Canada First rally here in Oshawa. Official estimates were pegging the crowd at 6,000 people. Pierre Poilievre asked the crowd and specifically poked at the mainstream media where they've seen a crowd that size before, because not in my history, and as we spoke to one woman, not since the late 60s had she seen a turnout like that. Biggest issues we heard here tonight were affordability and immigration, and of course the carbon tax and some of the DEI, the diversity, equity and inclusion policies coming from the federal government. So we'll see as Canadians hit the polls on April 28th. For Rebel News here in Oshawa, I'm Tamara Ugolini. To follow all of our coverage on the campaign topic, our snap election, head on over to campaign2025.com. Find all of our reports and chip in there if you're able to support our on-the-ground journalism. That's campaign2025.com.